Well, it's day 8, and today we're heading to Kamakura. Before we go there, though, we're going to stop at the Hamagin Space and Science Center. Now, to get to the Hamagin Space and Science Center, you would just take the Keihin Tohoku line and get off at the Yokudai Station. Now, I skipped breakfast this morning, so I'm going to stop at Datura first and get myself a coffee. Now, Datura is one of Japan's national coffee chains. They've got about 1,000 locations nationwide. Breakfast items usually involve some type of sandwich, and of course, coffee. Now, as a bit of an inside joke, you may come across the term American coffee. This also is translated as weak coffee. Typically, a Japanese blend-style coffee is very thick and tarry, and so they water it down more to mimic the flavors of a American-style diner coffee, which is kind of watered down, right? And so that's what the term means. Not to be confused with an Americano, which is a completely different drink. I ended up with the usual drip coffee, and I also got a ham and cheese sandwich, which I forgot to film before I started eating, so it looks like this. Yum. I got some cheesy bread for the toddler. He's having a good time. Now, the Hamagin Science Center's got a lot to do. Of course, it's got a giant kids' play area, and if you're lucky to time it right between all the school kids, you can usually enjoy some of the activities to yourself. They've got a giant robot slide. And lots of space training stuff like this bicycle. This is a hot air balloon test. The balloon goes up, the balloon comes down. Pretty simple. This is a rebound test, which ball bounces back farther. And I apologize for the ensuing motion sickness. I promise it's even worse in person. My head is spinning. I'm gonna fall over. This was a crane game that wanted you to stack as many blocks as you could in 3 minutes. I may have turned it into how many blocks can I stack until somebody kicks me off. So the point of this game was to use a flashlight to power the solar panel, which would then turn on the toaster oven beacons. Most kids ran out of time before they would get it all done. After a couple hours, we packed up and headed to Kamakura. Now, Kamakura is basically a surfing town, which has a lot of famous touristy sites that are around the area to check out. Now it's almost lunchtime, so we headed over to Komachi Dori Street, which is a famous shopping street in Kamakura. There's just really a lot to choose from in this area, so I can't narrow it down to one item that you should get. but maybe you'll want to try a French toast hot dog. To be honest, I've never actually found a normal hot dog in Japan. Ever. I don't think it exists. And these guys are all lined up for kushiyaki. It's basically grilled fish that they've got going on here. Octopus, anybody? I actually eat a lot of octopus. It's pretty good, really. Grilled squid, eel, shrimp, maybe some scallops. It's all kinds of good stuff here. Looks like the kind of place where they cook it for you. Then you just sit down and eat. Yeah, strawberry skewers, strawberry smoothies, strawberry cake, strawberry mochis. I'll just have a green tea smoothie instead, with strawberries. I just think these shoes are kind of cool. Lots of styles to choose from. Just a monk, doing his monk job. Hanging out on the street, doing monk things. And for lunch, we ended up with kaiten sushi, which is the conveyor belt type of sushi, right? Fun fact though, in Japan, you may not find the sushi you're used to in America, and that it's very unusual for them to roll sushi in rice. Instead, you would put the fish on top of the rice, like this. I got a variety of eel sushi, which is my favorite. And my miso soup has clams in it. I did not expect that. So after lunch, we're off to see the great big Buddha statue. This is otherwise known as the Kamakura Daibutsu, and it's located at Kotokuin Temple. Now, upon entering the temple, first you'll pay the entrance fee, then make sure to stop at the hand washing station where you're expected to rinse your hands off before entering. Now, the Great Buddha was originally built almost 800 years ago. The original wooden statue only lasted about 5 years before a storm damaged it, and so they decided to instead rebuild it using bronze. Repeatedly after that, though, the building that was covering the statue was destroyed. So for the last 500 years, the Buddha has sat in open air, weathering all storms. However, in 1923, the Great Kanto earthquake did damage the base that the statue sits upon. It was repaired in 1925. And for a small fee, you can go inside the statue, if it happens to be open. It's like 100 yen. This is what it looks like inside the giant Buddha.
It's hot here, so please stay for about 1 minute.
I'm waiting until my 1 minute's up. Got to get my money's worth. Now, these giant straw sandals are said to be worn by the guardians of the temple. The idea being that no demon will enter this temple, as they have to take out the giant first. And as you wander Kamakura, you'll find lots of little shops to browse around. It's got a real small surfy town vibe to it. Some would say the motto of Kamakura is slow life, soft body. Well, that's it for day 8. For day 9, we're heading off to Yokosuka. It's a famous naval town and home of the battleship Mikasa. I'll also get to try out the famous Navy burger in town.